Hello y'all, Thursday, and I'm going to show you what I'm growing this year. Now, here's my Tabasco plant right here. I had this in the house over the winter time. Here's my Mexican chili pepper. As you can see, there's some red ones, some green ones. I ain't got my glasses on, so everything's kind of fuzzy on the lens part I'm looking through, so you gotta bear with me. Now this one here is my serrano peppers. It's got a few red ones and a bunch of green ones. This little plant here, that is my cayenne pepper plant. This here, they call it a hot chili, which grows just like a Tabasco. Just like the cayenne, it grows upright like a Tabasco pepper. There's another spicy chili pepper. These here, these are baby bells. And truthfully and honestly, these probably could be picked, some of these anyway. As you can see, they're small little bell peppers, just about as big as they get. There's some foliage out of the way for you. There's another one. This here is as big as they get, just like the ones you see in the grocery store, the red and the green, and these here. And I got these because, well, I'm going to use them in some sauce and stuff too. Now, I got to finish up this bottom piece of the weed cleaning across here, but as you can tell across the other side of my bed with a pair of scissors, I cleaned everything up pretty good. Now, this plant, and part of this plant are great big, well, you can actually see right here, they're, get my hand back here where it's easier to see. These are stemmed cherries, and it's a cherry style grape. And I got some like right here. They're starting, you know, they're getting pretty decent sized berry, I call them berries, but they're tomatoes. Get on them. Now, there's a total different amount of array of tomato plants. It's kind of like everything mixed together. And this is comical, because this here is a dill plant that whenever my box that was over here got busted, we took all the dirt out of it and stuck it in here. So therefore, there were seeds from a dill plant that, well, came up on his own. So I'm not going to complain. I left him in here because, you know, dill goes good with a lot of things. And like I said, it's a whole different array of different types of tomato plants. Now, we get down here. I left this special weed right here in my box of tomato plants. Now, there's a bunch of this that's growing along the backside that you can't see, which you will here in a few minutes. And you can see I got tall grass here, and yeah, you can measure my scissors so I can trim along the box here. And that's a bell pepper, and that's a green bell pepper, that's a yellow bell pepper. These are Roma tomatoes. These are poblano peppers, good for cooking. And then, like I said, there's more weed I got to clean out here. But I got a piece of concrete wire over the top of this. And these are some potatoes that I had that I forgot I had, like small little cooking potatoes. So I just threw them in the box. Now I am going to get some more dirt, and once they get like this one here, sprinkle some more dirt around it, so therefore they'll keep pulling out more. And I'm going to zoom in. I can see some of this better now. That right there, that little clump there, and this little clump there, that's okra. And hopefully I planted that middle towards the end of May, so hopefully by say August I'll be picking okra, because if I can get okra from this plant this year, I'm just going to pickle it, make some pickled okra, and do it that way. And these are my pepper plants. I mean, they're doing fairly decent, but my problem is, here's my cardboard I got burned this afternoon. This tree right here, it's blocking a lot of my evening sun. So, let's see, clump right here, the tree right here. Just right there, my doggy chain attached to it. So this one here, my fault. I'm going to see if I can get somebody to cut this tree out, which will, I've still got a cluster of trees right there that need to be cut out or trimmed out, one of the two. But if I can get this tree and those little trees right there taken out, there'll be that much more sun to come in the afternoon or evening to enlighten my grow area. Now, I have a tree right here that I've worked on some. I've cut a lot of the overhang out. There's still a clump of overhang right here, but it's not too bad because when it's in full peak sun, it shades some of this, so it's, because I have some plants that doesn't require full sun. There's my king and my double wide, and I live in a double wide mobile home. I love it to death. I wouldn't trade it for the world. Now, I do wish I had a basement, I'm not gonna lie, but it's a home. I pay the bills, I pay the mortgage, I pay the property tax, everything's paid up, so I don't mind. Redneck living. Now, a lot of this crap you're seeing here, this is crap from the pull, as you can tell. I'm gonna have one of my boys come out here in a little bit, and we're gonna pick up all these plastic bindings, throw them in the trash, then we're gonna cut this box up. We're gonna stuff it in my burn barrel, and we're gonna burn it this evening. Now, this little spurger here and this little spurger there is all the, well, I got a new little spurger right here too. This is all the deal, brand new deal seed that I paid good money for, and nothing's come up except for this little spurger, that little spurger, and this little bitty thing right here, and I'm highly ticked off. And but yeah, I mean, nothing's come up. I'm very agitated. Now, more boxes we gotta burn. This right here, what do you know? I got one finally. Look at there. That's a dragon style cayenne pepper. It's kind of small. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let these grow. I got some starting to form, so I'm gonna let these grow most of the summer. And then I'm going to do what I did last year, is I'm going to dig these plants up, and I'm going to put them in a great big old pot, all of them put together, and I'm going to bring them inside in the fall, so therefore I can have them all winter long, and keep them going and surviving and everything else. And next year, I'll bring them out here and I'll plant them, or I'll leave them in a container. Now, this down here is a bunch of weeds. Yeah, I haven't even used this box for anything. I need to go get some more shit before everything's done selling wise, and utilize this box here for some shade type plants that'll grow good. So I might do that here soon. Now I got a box here. I need to put some flowers in. I got a box here. I need to put some flowers in. Now the other day, I was gonna take a picture of this and show y'all. But if you don't know what this is bloodroot, and they use it in a lot of toothpaste and medical stuff and everything else. It's not a very sought after, well, it is sought after. It's not a very well expensive root compared to a lot of them, but people do dig it, people do dry it, and they sell it. And I dug some of these a while back when me and Montez was out, and I kept them, and I brought them home in the early to mid fall, and I put them in this container, and they've been growing since. And they went to seed not too long ago, and Montez was like, man, get the seeds because the seeds sell for good money. Well, I didn't want to collect the seeds, so I let the seeds do their thing. They fell inside the dirt. So next year, however many seeds goes in the dirt and germinates and pops up more things, that's great for me, because eventually I'm gonna pull out the plants of this eventually, and I'm going to sow them in the ground, but I'm going to make a special flower bed just for bloodroot and bloodroot alone, and just let them keep on growing and getting bigger and fatter, and eventually I'll probably dig them out and dry them out and sell them. But I want to make sure I have a good supply of bloodroot going on before I do anything crazy like that. Now I'm on the back side of my tomato boxes. And as you can see, I got some more cutting out on the back side to do. But that plant right there is what I have left I pulled almost everything I could out of the boxes, but I left those little things there. It's called wood sorrel. Wood sorrel is a very prized item, and as you can see, I got a great big clump of it right here. I know I cut off mid-sentence. There's a great big clump of it there, and it's another clump of it right there. It's a bigger clump over there. I got it growing over the yard. I love it. Like I said, and there's a zoom in a little bit for you. There's a clump right there. There's a massive clump of it right there, grown in with my beets. I even got a little wild grapevine growing, which I'll probably pull his ass out later and put him somewhere. And that looks like, I can't remember the name of that leaf. I know it, I know the tree of it, I just can't think of it. It's not poplar, it's something else. But anyway, I'll put him somewhere else too. And this here is my lavender. I got it started up here. You got try to get it taken off somewhat to get, grow a little better. I got some old storage containers from Walmart, drilled holes in the bottom of it, put dirt into it. There's a weed I picked up, and I figured instead of killing the weed, I let it grow and do its thing. And I got 2 pieces of crunchy kale there. But yeah, just with the wood sorrel, like I was saying before I cut myself off, basically the American Cancer Society sells it for $500 a pound dry. And the reason for that is because it's super high in vitamin C. And there's my blackberry plant. I got it caged around so to keep the kids off of it and without breaking it. But like I was saying about the wood sorrel, it's $500 a pound dry. It's super high in vitamin C, and I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna let my stuff grow as big as it can, and I'm gonna cut it right by the base of the ground. I'm not gonna take the roots. I'm gonna leave the roots, and because if you leave the roots, it'll come back again next year in a big old clump form. So I'm gonna cut the root kind of not super close to the ground, but close enough, and therefore I can take it, I can bundle it together, tie it up with a little string, and then I'm going to take a bag and stick the main clump of it inside the bag and have it drying. So therefore, if anything does happen to fall off of it, the bag will catch it, won't make a mess, the wife won't complain, I won't get my ass ripped. Those saying a happy wife's a good wife, so that's what I'm going to do with that. And I'm going to use it for tea in the wintertime, because I love tea. And I've had wood sorrel tea before. It's really good. It has a weird kind of flavor to it. I really can't explain it. The only thing I can do is to say, dig it yourself or cut it yourself, dry it, and then make tea with it. What's that kitty got? It looks like a mouse. Of course, I ain't gonna complain if it is a mouse. I'm gonna go see. Hopefully it's not no baby rabbit. Because if it's a baby rabbit, we're gonna have issues. What you got, kitty? What you got? You got a prize of some sort. This is all the crap off the back porch. What you got? Is that a mouse? Did you get a mouse? I'm not going to take it from you. Looks like a mouse. You got a mouse? Yeah, you got a mouse, don't you? Good kitty. That's a good kitty. One less mouse in the house in the wintertime. Now, as you can see, we got a lot of this shit cleared out yesterday, me and those boy. Now there is still one panel right there, which, no big deal. But I'm going to clear a lot of this crap here out of the way, because this is where I was going to stick my smokehouse. And the reason why, it's got a big space right here. But, I started thinking about it, and I really pondered on it. And I don't really want to put a smoke, I mean I do, but I don't. Because if I reuse my chicken pen right there, my chicken coop, and I got chickens in there, and if anybody's ever had chickens caged up, they know they stink. And that's why I kind of on that one. So, here's my redneck shed. We built out a privacy fence. You can't see too good inside. Of course, it's full of crap and everything else. But there's a small gappage up there for ventilation. There's my rafter pieces and everything else. But I mean, yeah, this This was free privacy fence. A friend of my mom's was tearing down in his backyard, and as you can see, we took 4x4s, put them in the ground, and there's 3 on this side. Well, 3 here, 1 in the middle, 1 on the back side, and we just built around it, and this is how we did it. And it's treated wood. It's stained treated wood, treated 4x4 posts. So I mean, you can't go wrong. I mean, I've had this shed now for 5 years, 6 years, 5 years. I don't know, something like that. But anyway, enough about that. Like y'all really care about that. I came out here this afternoon. That kitty cat thing I'm chasing her, trying to get her food from her. That's a stray kitty. I call her Hitler Kitty because she got the little black mustache by her nose. But I call her Hitler Kitty, which I know is bad. And y'all have a sensitive heart, don't be watching this. She's playing with the mouse and chomping on it and everything else. So, but I'm happy she's got a mouse, because that just means there's one less mouse that's going to come in the house in the wintertime. But anyway, I got the mower in here, and I cut out a lot of the ground clearance and everything else. Now, still a lot of crap needs to be picked up. Still a lot of stuff needs to be done. This space right here, let me back up some. This space right here is where I used to have my chicken coop a long time ago. And I had it here for 2 reasons. 1, come out the back door. Here it is right here. 2, if anything was to get in the chicken coop, and all my windows back here face back here, so I can see what's going on. Plus, if I heard anything, I come out with a 410 or a 12 gauge and alleviate whatever the problem was. But now, I still got a little mess over here to clean up. I got some scrap metal and some wire and screen I got to clean up, and I'm gonna take my little yard tank and come through here and clean up all these weeds around here. I'm gonna do something with this spot, because for probably about 3 years I just let the weeds grow and just do its thing. But I'm gonna reclaim this piece of property here, and I'm not for sure what I'm gonna do with it. I got a few ideas what I would like to do, but I thought about, instead of putting the smokehouse in between the old chicken coop and the shed, putting it right here. And because this is a lot more flat ground, it's more compact. Then I can, it'll still be, it would probably be about the size from here to there, which I'm going to guesstimate and say that's probably 15, maybe 20 foot long. And then say, if I was to do it, then say the back of the smokehouse would be a couple feet off the fence. So say from about right here to, I'll say about right here. That's a good 15 foot, easy, from there to here. And that's as big as I really need, truthfully. I mean, I'm not going to be smoking tons and tons of meat, but I do want to have enough room for racks, for like meat racks and everything else. So therefore, if I want to hang meat up or put meat on the rack, we can do it that way. Now, walking back here in the back, this is where the goats mainly run free. But what I'm doing is I'm letting the grass grow, all the weeds grow up and everything else. There's the sections of the privacy fence. More than likely here soon, within a month or 2, me and my stepdad, we're going to build a small little shed, like a goat shed more or less, right up in here amongst the more flat areas, kind of opened up right around in here. But we're going to have the face of it going out towards them, because that's the south that's the east, that's the west, back towards me is the north. And if the opening of the shed thing is this way, then if it does rain or anything, instead of having the water rush into it, it'll go around it and down that way. And yes, I got car tires all over the place. Because Mr. Houdini there likes to try to climb out of the fencing and everything else. And plus the weld wire, it's kind of aged and old, and it's been pushed and broaded and everything else. So, and then this right here, this is Mr. Groundhog. And right there's Mr. Groundhog. And he has a hole around here somewhere, but he comes in and out through here every so often. Which I don't mind Mr. Groundhog, because, you know, he's living just like everything else is, one day at a time. Now, a lot of this is broken branches and twigs and stuff like that. What I plan on doing with a lot of this is getting the kids out here when it's not so hot and raking all these twigs up and put them in like a cask kind of thing and use them for when we start, you know, using the burn pit in the fall. There's all kinds of branches and everything else in here, as you can see. Chunks of wood. Pieces of tree that fell, that broke the fence down a long time ago that I had to reclaim. And I cut a lot of the pieces up. I need to get some of these other pieces like down in here stacked up so I can put it on the pile with all my other wood and have it ready for this coming winter for burn season. And of course, here's the back side of my redneck home. I need to do some wall work done to it. There's my AC unit. 2 AC units like that. That's a 5,000 BTU. I got 2 of them running. My electric bill's $150 a month. Now, I'll show you this, which really don't matter. But right here, where my finger's pointing at, that's the concrete pad where my old AC outside air unit was. And somewhere amongst the side pieces of cables what used to go to it. If I ran my outside unit like every house has, my electric bill a month would be between $300 and $400 a month. But with those little things there, my 2 little 5,000 BTUs, 2 of them going, with the household uses of electricity, it's like $150 a month. You can't go wrong. But this here is a mess. It needs to be. It's going to be cleaned up before the 4th of July. All these boards are going to be picked up and burned, and a lot of this brush needs to be cleaned out and everything else. If I don't put a smokehouse here like I'm talking about doing over there, what I might end up doing is clearing up a lot of this crap in here and just stacking wood all across here. Just make like 4 or 5 stacks of wood. And because I know people that burn wood all through the year, and I could sell some wood, or I could be like I did last year, and people are like, man, our electricity's out, and our house is cold, and we don't have nothing to heat it with. And I just tell people like I did last year, you know, hey, come to the house. I'm not going to load it, but you load what you need and take it, you know, because if it keeps you and your family warm, to me that's worth more than, you know, $40 a rick or $50 a rick, whatever people are selling it for. Because I mean, yeah, money's money, and money is useful, and money's good to have, but my philosophy of it is if my family was freezing ass cold, I got a sneeze coming on. Hey! Thank you. But my philosophy of it is, if my family's cold and somebody was to say, hey, come and give me so much wood for free to heat your place with, by God, I'd take it. I'd take it in a heartbeat. So, but yeah, I mean, I had to get me a drink. But yeah, I mean, it's just, you know, I'm trying to reclaim my yard as much as possible. There's a lot of places around my yard that I just let get overgrown, just lazy, too lazy to take care of it. That's changing this year. I'm going to find ways to make the best of it. Even if I can't, use it for what I need to this year, there's always next year. And if I can get it prepped for next year, then there's my doggy. That's Loki. He's half husky, half wolf. But if I can get my stuff ready and ready for next year, then like I was saying, more power for me, and more power for everybody else. So this is a look around, as I call it, redneck hell, and that's what somebody said I should name my YouTube channel, is Redneck Hell. But I like the butt nuggets and fruit farm better, because a long time ago I used to sell eggs, and I used the name butt nuggets because it was comical. And then of course the wild crafting, I kind of added that onto the channel after me and Montez and a few others started going out digging roots and gathering herbs and everything else. So that's why I just left my channel the way it is. And that's why some people ask me, they're like, how'd you get the name butt nuggets? And I told them I used to sell eggs, which I am looking at getting some more hens here soon, mainly just for the simple fact I miss having chickens, and I want to get me at least a rooster too to have it run around the yard. So, and I miss having roosters crowing, because having a rooster crow around your yard and for a long time, all of a sudden it's like bleak and nothing there. It's kind of disheartening. But anyway, y'all have a great day, and I'll post this afternoon or this evening, one or two. And I said one of my other videos, you'd see me again this before Friday. Well, you saw me again. You saw what I'm dealing with. I do need to get me a new weed eater. I do know that, because my goats are kind of limited. And the wife wants the yard looking really nice and pretty. And of course, as you can see there, I'm gonna zoom in. You already see I got a pile of cans there, a bunch of garbage there needs to be picked up and tossed around. And there's my table I took off the back porch and need to scrub. There's all kinds of dirt crap on it. And there's an ammo crate there that was in the shed, and I need to put that somewhere so it doesn't rot out completely. I just got a bunch of stuff, bags of cans, old feed sacks I save, because I save aluminum and steel cans. I recycle everything I can. There's just a bunch of stuff around here that needs to be cleaned up, and I just do it one day at a time. I don't so much say, well, everything's going to be clean in a week, because I know it's not going to take place, because most of the time it's only me doing it. And my kids will help occasionally if they want something, but if they don't want anything, getting them to do anything, like trying to force a donkey to move, and if you ever mess with a donkey, you'll know what I mean. But anyway, y'all have a good day, and I'll probably make another video this evening, maybe, I don't know, just see what happens. But anyway, I'll catch y'all again soon. Have a good day.